Well, market volatility in the corn market is increasing. We'll highlight crop conditions and the latest weather trends today. Hi, this is Brian Basting with Advanced Trading. Let's talk about the corn market. Well, market volatility is starting to increase here as we move into the latter half of July and pollination increases. What we want to do today is start out looking at crop conditions. Let's take a look at our weekly map. Now, as usual, our circles here, the red circles depict deterioration from last week. The yellow circles are unchanged conditions from last week, while the green circles represent an improvement from last week. Overall, the USDA surprised the trade a little bit by decreasing the good to excellent ratings by 1 percentage point from last week. Significant declines we're seeing in that eastern corn belt across Indiana, Ohio, and Michigan, and also across South Dakota and Minnesota, but improvement was seen across Illinois, Iowa, and Nebraska. So kind of a mixed bag this week, but the trade was a bit surprised by the decline in crop ratings. What we want to do now is move forward and look at our comprehensive crop index over time. Now, as usual here, we're comparing 2019 in the red line with recent years. Now, obviously, 2019 remains below some of these recent years, and this week we did see a decline in those aggregate ratings after a 3-week improvement. So again, the market's going to be monitoring this very closely as we move into August in particular, and more of this crop goes through pollination. Speaking of pollination, moving on here, we're looking at corn silking here. Progress remains one of the slowest in recent memory here, moving into that last week in July. Moving forward, for example, comparing to last year, we're well below where we were in 2018. So this is why the market's a bit on edge here with quite a bit of uncertainty, because there's so much high percentage of this crop yet to pollinate as we move into the last week of July and into August. Now, moving on here, over the next 2 weeks on average, from July 21st to August 4th, about 27% of the corn pollinates. Now, are we going to get close to that this year? No, it's going to be pushed back at least 2 to 3 weeks into August before we approach the levels that we usually see this time of year. So that makes weather all the more important. Let's take a look at the weather trends now. Now, as usual, our slides are courtesy of T-Storm Weather. Looking at the next 2 days here, we see some heat in the west, but across the Midwest here and the east, it's going to be cool. And again, that's good for growing conditions here as we move into the latter part of July. Moving forward now into Sunday, Monday, we are looking at some rainfall moving in here. Again, this will be a change because we are looking at some dry conditions for the next few days, but some rain moving in later this week into next weekend. Moving on here to July 31st to August 6th. Moving into that first week in August, a change. More heat moving into the west here and migrating back across the Midwest here. So a change in that first week in August. Be very important to see how hot those temperatures get. Our final slide here is looking at rainfall in that first week of August. Again, some rainfall moving through here across the heart of the Corn Belt. This will be key. How much rain accompanies those warmer temperatures? Because a lot of the crop will be pollinating at that time. Now, if you'd like more information, please feel free to contact us at 800-664-2321. We'll put you in contact with our risk management consultants. Be happy to visit with you at your convenience. And remember, we upload every Wednesday. Make sure to subscribe to our channel to never miss an upload. Thanks a lot. Have a good week.